So we just got back from a Costco trip and I spotted a few things that were brand new to me at least in the deli section. So obviously, I had to give it a try. I'm going to whip them up one at a time and share my thoughts with you. Let me show you what I got. First up, I saw this, and when I saw this, I knew I had to get it. If you haven't seen this before, this is the Tonkotsu Ramen kit. Now, if you're wondering about pricing, this came in at $26.05. These are Aussie dollars, mind you. And it's got little bits and pieces in there to make up your own ramen. It's like a make your own ramen kit, complete with the protein, the egg. I believe that's pork in there. It's got some egg. It's even got the spring onions in there. There's the broth. There's the noodles. I'm going to open it up and see what else is in there. So it does come individually packaged. I was wondering how I was going to manage it. So this first bit comes off. And below that, we've got the broth. This should be fun. So according to the instructions, I'm supposed to boil the noodles for about 3 minutes in some boiling water. And I'm also supposed to heat the broth in a saucepan and bring it to a boil and simmer for a couple of minutes after. And pour it over the noodles, the pork and the eggs. So this is my first time doing it. Let's see how we go. Alright, so we went through the instructions and cooked up the ramen just as per the specifications. I found that I had to increase the cooking time on the noodles a little bit because they were just not ready enough yet. And this is what we have. It's a beautiful bowl of soup, very good portion size. I reckon I can get about 4 servings from there. It's a lot. I mean, I guess if you're a hungrier person, you could always increase the portion size. So I'm going to give the broth a try. You know what? That broth makes me really happy. So on a cold, wet day, this is such a comforting bowl of soup. We'll try the noodles now. They're really good noodles. They're solid noodles. Nice and chewy. And they hold their own really well. And that piece of pork is actually really good. It's tender and picks up all those flavors really well. I'm really happy with the ramen kit. Would I buy it again? Absolutely. At that price point, it's really good value as well as it tastes really good. So it's a thumbs up from me. So we just got done with dinner. I've just popped back on for a little bit to tell you this. I'm not someone who's overly familiar with Japanese food, but that was a really good bowl of ramen. The noodles took on almost a buttery flavor as it sat in that broth. The broth's a mild, creamy broth, but it's got so much flavor and it's got real complex flavors. You can actually taste layers of flavor as you sit down and devour that ramen. So I've just popped back on to tell you that if you're hesitant about trying it or if you see this ramen kit in your local Costco warehouse, give it a shot. I'm pretty sure you'll be impressed. For me, it was a very enjoyable meal. Hi guys, so I'm back with another taste test from Costco. It's a new item that I've only seen the past couple of times I've been there, and this time around I couldn't resist, so I picked up a pack. Let me show you. We got the Kungpao Chicken meal kit, and that's what it looks like. It's pretty massive. You've got your veggies, you've got your rice, you've got the chicken and the sauces. So I'm going to cook this up as per the instructions, and we'll come back and have a little bit of a taste once it's done. So a few minutes later, this is what we've ended up with. Now, before I taste this, let me give you a snippet of the experience I had. So first thing that went into the pan was the chicken. And before any of the other bits and pieces went in, it smelled so good, I couldn't wait to try it. Now, before I taste it, I should also let you know that I've never really tried a Kungpao chicken before, so I'm not sure what to expect. But if the aroma was anything to go by, I know I'm going to be in for an absolute treat. So here goes. Get a bit of the rice, the veggies, and the chicken, and some of the dry roasted peanuts that it came with as well. Chock full of flavor. It does have a mild hit of spice. For me, it's mild, but if you're someone who's averse to spice, maybe you might find this a little spicy. There's a lot of actual whole dried red chilies, so take that aside or keep that aside before you cook it, because I'm sure that will impart a little bit of heat through the dish. For me, however, it is mildly spicy and I absolutely love it. A lot of the times when you see chili or chili powder on the ingredient list, you still struggle to find the heat in it. But this is an absolute banger. I'm really happy with the flavors in this. The portion size is fantastic. The actual chicken and the sauce and all of that gives you a really large serving size. I'd say you'd be able to churn out about 4 to 6 servings easily with this. You might have to prep a little more rice depending on the portion size of rice that you're used to. But personally, I think that value-wise, this can't be beat. It's a really good option, especially on those lazy nights where you don't want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen putting a meal together. This is a really good option. I'm really happy we finally decided to try this out. The meat is beautifully flavored. Like I said, even when the chicken by itself was in the pan, you could actually smell the aromas of the marinade and whatever it was that it was par cooked in. And that itself was super delicious. The sauce, well balanced. Everything comes together really nicely, and there's a good variety of texture from the vegetable as well as the dry roasted peanuts that they've popped in that little kit. So I can say I'm really happy with this. Will I buy this again? If I'm looking for like a ready meal, I'd definitely get this again. Next up, we're going to try the loaded mashed potatoes from Costco. So the loaded mashed potatoes are out of the oven, and that's what they look like. They smell absolutely divine. So I've just made myself a little plate of the loaded mash. I'm going to serve these alongside some fish tacos, also from Costco itself. If you're eager to see my review on the fish tacos, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I will leave a link to that video in the description box below once that video is up. That one's next up, so make sure you're subscribed. All right, mashed potatoes. It smells really nice. It's got really nice flavors. It's a really good mashed potato. There's a little bits of bacon, I think, like bacon bits on top. There's some sort of herb going through it, and you can taste a little bit of cheese and butter through it as well. So in all, for a mash, they've really upgraded the whole mashed potato experience. Again, would I buy this again? Well, I guess it would depend on my mood for the day. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. For a party, these would be great if you don't really want to go through the trouble of making something yourself. Don't get me wrong, it is quite tasty, but it's also extremely rich. So maybe with smaller portions and alongside something that cuts through all of that richness, it's quite rich. So if you serve this alongside something that can actually cut through all that richness, it would be a really good pairing. So this is a really nice mashed potato. It is a loaded mashed potato for what it's worth, and I think you're going to enjoy this one.